right now, Celebrity Sleaze with Leslie Fram.
Always interesting, these end-of-the-year lists or naming things like Person of the Year. Time magazine has their Person of the Year. It is Taylor Swift.
I mean, who else would it be?
I think the first artist to ever gross over $1 billion in ticket sales.
Yeah, that's just not a surprise.
She won over the Hollywood Strikers, Barbie, and King Charles III.
Come on, Barbie was just a distraction. That wasn't going to be it. There's no way.
Congratulations, Taylor. The photos are fantastic. She looks incredible. Well, Barnes, the world has lost an icon. Yes, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Norman Lear has passed away.
Yeah.
Norman Lear, the legendary producer. Just a few of his credits. Of course, you remember All in the Family, The Jeffersons, dying at the age of 101.
I saw that yesterday. 101.
Think about like the All in the Family, the spinoff of Maude, as well as Red Fox show Sanford and Son, Good Times, obviously All in the Family, The Jeffersons, One Day at a Time. What a legend.
Yeah, there may not be a more prolific producer, executive producer, or showrunner than that guy.
I agree.
Rest in peace.
I think that this may be, seriously, one of the biggest celebrity stories of the year.
Ooh.
And I know you're going to go like, why? Well, I'll tell you why. This is sort of like the Mutt Lange, Shania Twain story all over again. Have you seen that Amy Roebuck and TJ Holmes obviously going strong, but did you know their exes are dating?
I didn't, and I don't even understand. How does that happen?
It's unbelievable. I guess Marilee Fiebig and Andrew Shue, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, are seeing each other romantically, and they have been for about 6 months. Apparently, one outlet said they kind of bonded over their divorces, and that's what now they're dating, which is the exact same thing that happened with Shania and Mutt Lange. She ended up marrying and being with, the woman that Mutt got together with, her ex. So this is the same scenario, and I'm like, wow, I saw that yesterday and I couldn't believe it.
I wonder if they're friendly. How weird would that be? You go out to dinner, couples dinner, but you're actually sitting on the wrong side now? That's just a trip.
Yeah, I wonder what the family and the kids think. But anyway, Amy Roebuck and TJ Holmes, they launched their podcast and they started talking about the people that were against them. Check this out.
I guess the best way to sum us up, Amy and TJ, is that we're the folks who lost the jobs we love because we love each other. And that is bottom line. And that is why we are here now.
Yeah, okay. Paint that picture how you want to paint it. Just paint it up, buddy. Sign the bottom.
Sean Lennon and Peter Jackson have teamed up to make an animated movie based on the John Lennon-Yoko Ono song, Happy Christmas, War is Over. They have a former Pixar animator involved. Of course, you remember Peter Jackson did Get Back, the great documentary. A reminder, John, of course, killed December 8th, 1980, the anniversary being Friday. Sean was only 5, and so they share the same birthday. But that is happening, which I think is pretty legendary. And then, according to a new documentary on John Lennon's murder, John's last words were, "I'm shot."
Oh, that's that one that Kiefer is. We talked about that in our streaming picks on Apple.
Yes. We've also talked about this. The surviving members of Sublime, bassist Eric Wilson and drummer Bud Gow, are going to team up with Jacob Noel. He is the son of their late band leader, Bradley Noel. They're going to play a special benefit show for Bad Brains vocalist HR. This is like the first time that the Sublime rhythm section will perform with the Noel offspring, so to speak.
I think this is brilliant, and if you haven't heard him sing before, he's got a band called Jacob's Castle.
Yes, and they sound amazing.
I mean, it sounds dead on. It sounds just like his dad.
Think about it. It's also the first time that Sublime member Gow will be on stage alongside Wilson, because he left the band in 2011. A little trivia for you there, Barnes. And speaking of offspring, I don't know if you saw this story or not, but the headlines were like, what? Travis Barker's son, Landon, which you don't really hear a lot about him.
No.
He addressed his recent comments about wanting to be the only Barker boy because of the arrival of his baby brother, Rocky. And he revealed he hasn't even held him yet. I wonder if there's a little jealousy going on there.
How old is the older one?
Well, he's like 20 years older.
Oh, 20 years. Dude, time to let go.
Yeah. His son, Landon, made an appearance on the Zach Sang show, kind of opening up about his thoughts on having a new baby sibling. He goes, we're almost 20 years apart, so I feel like our lives are going to be very different.
Wow.
And then when asked if he was excited, hell yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I never really had a baby sibling. But then he went on to say, I think he kind of wished it was a girl. But anyway, yeah, first time we're hearing about Brandon. King Charles, we don't talk about him a lot on this show, but he once asked Natalie Portman if she was in the original Star Wars movie. Natalie was on Watch What Happens live with Andy Cohen.
I remember Prince Charles asked me if he was then Prince Charles.
Yes.
Asked me if I was in the originals. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm 18.
No, you're right. Right.
But he was very friendly.
King Charles. I did finish the first part of The Crown. I've already gone through it, 4 episodes. More is coming on Netflix. Did you see that Limp Bizkit is rolling back on stage?
I've been seeing them all over my social media for months now, with just packed audiences.
It's happening. Fred Durst, drummer, John Otto, Wes Borland, guitarist, turntable DJ Lethal, and Sam Rivers on bass, announcing their plans to hit the road next year for the Loserville Tour. It's going to be in Atlanta at Amerisbank Amphitheater on Sunday, August the 4th.
We need a list that someone needs to put together of who isn't back. You know what I mean? Because pretty
Everybody's
much
back.
Everyone is back to what they were doing in the 90s, 2000s, whatever. Who isn't back?
And also coming back for a North American spring tour in 2024. Echo and the Bunnymen, titled Songs to Learn and Sing 2024, the very best of Echo and the Bunnymen. May 7th in Austin, then they're going to play the Tabernacle May 13th.
A show note, who isn't back, Jimmy Barron, but we're chipping away. We're chipping away, and tomorrow, show note, he's going to be on the whole 8 o'clock hour tomorrow.
JB in the house.
Don't you have a house to show, bro? Like, that was his whole thing for not coming back. I'm just too busy with my real estate.
Fans of Yellowstone hearing about this. Hassie Harrison, the Barrel Girl on the show, and Ryan Bingham, who's on the show, they met on the show. They started dating, and guess what? They are married. Fans spotted a ring. Yeah, Ryan Bingham kind of teasing about it on his Instagram. Fans were kind of beside themselves. He was like, is that a wedding ring? How did I not hear this? And then the rest of his comments echoing similar sentiments. Yeah, that's kind of a big revelation.
That's a stat I would love to know the longevity for the trailer relationships. And when I say that, the movie trailer. So like it's like summer camp. You're spending 12, 16 hours a day.
Yeah, you meet on the, yes.
Maybe doing a love scene, maybe whatever. And then you end up together. How long does that really last?
Well, I know that one source said that they got married in her hometown in early October in Dallas. Although they were unable to confirm that information, a lot of Yellowstone fans now seeing the show for the first time on CBS. They're going to continue after the new year with season 3. That date is January 14th. Unbelievable how it's just finding a whole new audience, even though it was already huge.
What'd they do with all that nudity that was in that first season? I wonder how they handled that on the CBS version.
Yeah, a little edit.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's like big missing chunks of stuff.
Yeah, and you know about the 2 spinoffs, right? 1923,
yes.
Of course, Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. 1883, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill. And now, Matthew McConaughey playing the lead in one of them. The titles are reportedly 1944 and 2024. I think Matthew McConaughey is perfect for this, don't you?
Better not interrupt his schoolwork. He's a teacher at University of Texas. Don't mess with Texas, McConaughey.
All right. Sharon Stone, who's now 65, says plenty of people want to have sex with her. She's like, I'm hotter than ever.
Why would you say that?
I think I'm hotter now than I have ever been, said Sharon Stone. While on the podcast, Lady Gang, I'm in my 60s. People think that no one looks at me anymore. Guess what? The truth of the matter is, I have just as many people who want to sleep with me now as I ever did.
Man, the longevity there of a split decision to do something in a role that would become one of the most iconic moments on film ever and
ever,
your career forever.
I did not know anything about this. Angelina Jolie blaming her Bell's palsy on marriage with Brad Pitt falling apart.
What?
My body reacts very strongly to stress, she said in an interview. My blood sugar goes up and down. I suddenly had Bell's palsy for 6 months before my divorce. You know, that's that crazy condition that causes partial facial paralysis.
I've known people that have had that, and I don't want to out him, but one is a singer, and I was blown away by it. I was like, dude, this could be your career. And it went away eventually, 6-8 months or whatever, but whole side of his face, he couldn't move it or sing.
It's unbelievable. She said, she really doesn't have a social life living in L.A. I wouldn't be an actress today. When I was starting out, it wasn't as much as an expectation to be as public, to share so much. I bet she leaves Hollywood. I mean, that's to me, that's like only a given. Remember I mentioned this week about Britney Spears' dad having his leg amputated?
Yes.
And people think that maybe she's softening. Well, she did post some throwback photos after that amputation news. One of her dad early on with one of her sons. I hope there's a reconciliation.
Yeah, she is in a lonely, lonely place.
That's your Celebrity Sleaze.